body chasing the truth.
So the NFL, we went from the days of Jack Lambert.
Do you think there should be any rules changes for the
and the
safety
Swifties
of the
taking over the
quarterback?
NFL?
Well,
Just what every
it might be a
hardworking
good idea
man
to put
needs
dresses
after a
on all of
long
them.
week at work or a long day at work. You come home to watch football, and every 10 seconds, the camera goes over to Taylor Swift to show her every fake reaction to all her excitement about football, which she found about 2 weeks ago when she started dating Travis Kelce. So, about a week ago, Al Michaels, legendary announcer, he says what we're all thinking, that it's absolutely ridiculous, that there's some real football fans that just want to watch football, and we don't need to put the camera on Taylor Swift every 30 seconds. So, in perfect timing, and gee, what a coincidence, what does the NFL do? Al Michaels is no longer doing the playoff games. So, the NFL is sending a clear message to Al Michaels that you're going to go along with our charade of the NFL, because that's what it's become. It's not about football anymore. They want to take it worldwide, and there's nothing wrong with that, getting as many fans as possible. But what about the guy who has season tickets, that takes his family to NFL games, and his wife, his kids, and he's not exactly a millionaire, and he pays those season tickets religiously because he's a dedicated fan to the team, and the NFL completely doesn't give a you-know-what about you. You're just a sucker. You're just a working man. And in typical American fashion, right, everything in America, all the great things that we used to have come to an end because no amount of money is good enough, and money is the root of all evil. And that's what's going on here. The NFL is a $1 trillion business, and it's just not good enough. The product on the field is just not good enough. Roger Gödel, one of the biggest piece of garbage humans on the planet, has to take the game in all types of directions to make the most amount of money possible, because no amount of money is ever good enough for the NFL and its owners. So about a week ago, Al Michaels, a legendary announcer, finally, he says what we're all thinking. He puts it on the line, he grows a backbone, and he says, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that during football games, every 30 seconds, you have to put the camera on Taylor Swift. And look at that. Perfect timing. What a coincidence. The NFL announces that Al Michaels will no longer be doing the playoff games. So they're trying to send a clear message that you're going to go along with our ridiculous narrative, or else you're going to be terminated from your job. So cancel culture has once again put its ugly face in all the beautiful and great things of America that we used to have that no longer exist. See, in America at one time, you were allowed to voice your opinion. You were allowed to say, I think this is ridiculous, and it is ridiculous. After a long day at work, after a long week at work, when I put the Steelers on, I don't want to hear about the Swifties and Taylor Swift. I don't want to hear it. Right? And then you have all these sucker announcers, Tony Romo, this one, that one. Oh, Taylor Swift, first of all, Tony Romo's a clown. He's horrible at his job. Jim Nantz carries him, and you can hear Jim Nantz, another legend, getting annoyed during the when they do games together. Hey, Tony, here, if you're watching this, take your microphone, but before you take your microphone, clear your voice, right? Clear it. Speak directly into the microphone. When the play is over, move on to the next play. Don't let the next play be starting while and you're still talking about the old one. You either have timing or you don't, and you're horrible at your job. But of course, guys like Tony Romo, the entire NFL, but Jim Nantz, but Al Michaels, they don't go along with this narrative, and they stick to what the meat and potatoes of the NFL, which normal football fans, all we want to do is hear about football. We don't care about Travis Kelce. See, my problem with Travis Kelce is this. He's a tool bag. And he can't even figure out that he's being used. So what's going to happen is when he retires and he's no longer in the limelight, I guarantee that Taylor Swift leaves him. Or I guarantee after she writes a whole record about her newfound love with Travis Kelce and she has to move on to bigger and better topics because the album sales ain't doing so well, that she's just going to leave him in the dust. This lady is 34 years old. She's dated over 40, 50 people, right? Like in the limelight. And she's left them all. Travis, you don't think that she's going to leave you? You're just so special, right, Travis? All these other rich, successful guys, you're just so much better than them, right? So the NFL, has went from things as, such as Jack Lambert saying that all quarterbacks should wear dresses to Taylor Swift. Remarkable, right? Swifties. We went from Jack Lambert to Taylor Swift and the Swifties. I just can't anymore. I just can't. And Al Michaels will be the sacrificial lamb for not going along with the narrative. The NFL, no amount of money is ever good enough. Just like it's just not good enough. We have to take the brand of the NFL and bring it everywhere because we're already making trillions of dollars and trillions of dollars are not enough. We need more money than that. And that will be the downfall of the NFL. I really hope when Al Michaels is suspended for the playoffs that the working man, the meat and potatoes fans of the NFL, that we all get together and say, you know what? F you, NFL. I'm not watching anymore. I went a couple years without watching the NFL because I was tired of being preached to and I just wanted to watch football. I came back to the NFL. And this is the kind of thing that makes me wish I hadn't come back to the NFL. Roger Goodell, he's beyond greedy. He's beyond arrogant. He's turning the NFL into WWE and WWF or whatever the hell you want to call it. I can't stand Roger Goodell. I remember James Harrison, a famous quote of his one time. He said, if the man was on fire, I wouldn't pee to put him out. And I want to watch my language on the show, but I couldn't agree more. I feel absolutely the same way about Roger Goodell. I can't stand the man. It's like the NFL is one of the few things that I truly, truly love from the time I was a kid until now, and you're just making me not want to watch it. So keep up the good work, Travis Kelce. Keep being the tool bag that you are. All the other players in the league, you should become the Al Michaels defense. You should all be saying the same thing, like, hey, listen, let the fans watch football. Nobody wants to hear about Travis Kelce's love life. Nobody wants to hear about Swifties. But you know what? The players in the league, they're cowards too because they're worried about retaliation. But enough is enough already. And the only time that these players are going to learn, or Roger Goodell is finally going to learn, is when all of us, the working man, says, you know what? I had enough. I'm not watching anymore. I'm officially